What my sister with Down syndrome did on the biggest day of my life told me everything I need to know about her. June is 16 and the most wholesome person I have ever known. Every morning she stands at the window and waves at the garbage truck. She knows all the workers' names. Last Christmas she baked them cookies and wrote each of their names on the bags. She talks to elderly people in grocery stores so they won't be lonely. She apologizes to chairs when she bumps into them. She once cried for an hour because she accidentally stepped on a snail. When I failed my driver's test at 17, she made me a certificate that said best driver in my heart with a gold star sticker. That's June, pure sunlight in human form. So when I got engaged to Sarah, I was nervous, not because of June, because of how people sometimes react to June. The first time Sarah met June, she was polite, smiled, shook her hand, but she was distant, kept her sentences short. I told myself she just needed time. Some people need time. Then wedding planning started, and Sarah really surprised me. She asked if June could be involved. I almost cried. I said, of course she can. Over the next few months, something beautiful happened. Sarah and June became inseparable. Sarah took June dress shopping. They did cake tastings together, picked out flowers, laughed at inside jokes I wasn't part of. June started calling Sarah her big sister. Sarah bought June a little necklace, said it was for her future sister-in-law. I watched them together and thought, this is everything I ever wanted. I had never seen June so happy. She finally had a sister. I felt even more in love with Sarah. This was the woman I was going to spend my life with. Wedding day arrived. I was in the groom's suite getting ready when my mom knocked on the door. Her face was tight. June's here. She's wearing white. My stomach dropped. I walked out. There she was, beaming, twirling in a white dress, almost bridal. She ran over and hugged me. Do I look pretty? I didn't know what to say. I looked over and saw guests arriving. I watched them notice her one by one, saw their double takes. The whispers started. Nobody said anything directly, because it's June, because she has Down syndrome. What were we supposed to say? The ceremony happened. Sarah walked down the aisle. She looked stunning. I forgot about everything else, but I kept catching glimpses of June in the front row. White dress, beaming, oblivious to the whispers. Sarah and I said our vows, exchanged rings, kissed, officially husband and wife. Then reception started. Dinner, speeches, dancing. The whole time, June was in that white dress, spinning with my cousins, laughing, unaware of how wrong this was. And then it happened. June walked up to Sarah on the dance floor. She had a glass of red wine in her hand. She was smiling, this big, excited smile. Then she poured it, out of nowhere, deliberately, right onto Sarah's wedding dress. The whole room gasped at once. Sarah screamed, looked down at the red stain spreading across her white gown, then burst into tears. But June kept smiling, almost like she was waiting for something. Sarah ran out of the reception, sobbing. Guests were staring, horrified, at June, at me. I went after Sarah instantly, spent an hour calming her down. Why did she do this? She ruined my wedding on purpose. First the white dress, now this. She hates me. I spent so long telling her this wasn't true, but honestly, I wasn't even sure myself. 3 hours later, the reception was over. Guests had gone. I found June in the bridal suite, still in her white dress. She was crying. I sat next to her and took her hand. June, why did you pour wine on Sarah's dress? She looked up at me, confused look on her face. Sarah told me to. I went cold. What do you mean Sarah told you to? June couldn't speak. She was hyperventilating, overwhelmed. She put her shaking hands into her pockets and pulled out her phone. She opened her message chat with Sarah and gave me the phone, then put her head in her hands, crying. I started reading and my jaw dropped. Sarah had messaged June. In Malaysian culture, the groom's sister pours red wine on the bride's dress during the dance. It blesses the marriage. It would mean so much to me if you did this. Keep it a surprise for your brother. Another message. And remember to wear white. The sister always wears white. It's our culture. I realized June thought she was doing something beautiful, thought she was honoring Sarah's culture. I hugged June, told her it wasn't her fault, then sprinted back to the honeymoon suite. I found Sarah scrolling TikTok on the bed. June showed me the messages. Sarah's face flickered, then she smiled. What messages, babe? I stared at her. The ones where you told her to wear white, to pour wine on your dress. Long silence. The mask suddenly came off. Fine. Yes. Why? I was more confused than anything. Then Sarah started speaking. Because I wanted you. Just you. Her voice turned cold. June is always around. Every holiday, every dinner. I thought if she humiliated herself badly enough, you'd finally see how exhausting she is. Create some distance. I stared at her. You manipulated a 16-year-old girl with Down syndrome into humiliating herself in front of 200 people. Silence. I took off my ring, set it on the dresser. We're done. Her face twisted. You're choosing her over your wife? I walked out. Annulled the marriage 3 weeks later. Me and June sent a better luck next time card to Sarah's address.